Hello guys, Zueljin here. Welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft Infinity FTB server. I hope you guys are having a terrific day. Guys, last couple of episodes I've been doing a lot of magic and mostly some live streams that I've been getting some work done on, and the thought has occurred to me that I need to get a little bit into tech. Now, I don't want to overdo it because this is really not my favorite stuff at all, but the thoughts occurred to me that I really need to, and it's been highly requested in my streams, and most of it comes down to organizing my inventory. Now, some of it, as you may know, is pretty much jumbled. I can look in any one of these chests and I have just all sorts of stuff spread around. This is probably my most organized chest here, which is the draconic stuff, and it's mostly a lot of different ores that I got from my quarry and stuff. Now, I don't want to get heavy into power, but I do want to set up AE, and I think I want to do that mostly by powering with blood magic, but I'm gonna need some power to get this thing off the ground, and what I think I'm going to do is set up a few machines today, and I'm going to do it with Industrial Craft 2. I know a lot of hermits aren't playing around with this, and I decided that it would probably be more fun to do that since I did mostly RF last season. Now, that's not to say I won't have any RF machines, but I am going to have mostly Industrial Craft 2 machines. So what I want to show you right quick is what I've been working on stream. This is the mausoleum, as I've dubbed it. This is basically the finished product outside of some stairs and a little bit of decorations on the little setup that we had for our mob form. So I've got all of the liquid death installed up top and at the bottom, and me and XBcraft had actually installed a bunch of these caches that I had talked about a little bit last episode. I have an overflow chest right here, and everything that gets funneled into the regular system, which is not revealed right now due to the the box that we've created here. But if I poke my head in here, let's make sure I'm on one by one. The fans are kind of blowing me as well, but all of this back here is what it's designed to do, is pull everything out of this chest, and it feeds into this pipe that goes onto all of these caches, so it kind of loads as I go. And XB told me that I should create a multimeter, so let's get out of here and actually fill this back up, and I'll show you what the multimeter does. So the multimeter basically allows me to read these caches, and they hold pretty much an infinite amount of items. Not infinite, but like 40,000 or something like that. So I've clicked on this item, Confusing Powder. This is 60 out of 10,000 it holds, and all of these items just start stockpiling in my system as I go. Now, most of these are essences, and these are what I originally did the farm for. There are a lot of essences that don't appear here due to the fact of the kind of mobs that are spawning. So a little bit later on down the line, we're actually going to install some mob spawners in here to give us some spawning of some things that the Cursed Earth doesn't do. But for the most part, our Essentia is building, and that's some good news for the Thaumcraft that I'm going to do in the future. So, enough about that. Let's look at the setup that I'm going to be working with today. So first, one of the things that not applied energistics, Industrial Craft 2 needs is rubber for wiring. So I have a few of these things right here, and these are called rubber taps. Now, rubber taps, you go onto a rubber tree, which I've already grown here, and when you right click on them, boom, you get this stuff called sticky resin. If you cook the sticky resin, it creates rubber, and with rubber you can make wires and a lot of other components that are used in Industrial Craft 2. So I'm going to get a little bit of this rubber here and start it cooking, and we're going to make a few machines in order to smelt this down. One of the first things I'm going to need is how to store power and actually make stuff. So we're going to need a few Industrial Craft 2 machines to get started. One of them is the generator, and we're also going to need a powered furnace. So let's take a look at those. Let me just reinstall my little rubber tap here, and we'll go inside and take a look at how this is done. So the first thing I guess we would need is an iron furnace. I think that's the way it's called. So let's look at iron furnace. So an iron furnace is made with a bunch of iron and a furnace. Now, these iron plates are actually done with this forge hammer and iron ingots. A forge hammer is made from 2 sticks, and 5 iron ingots. So let's grab some iron ingots. This is going to be a really crafty episode, just to let you guys know. There's going to be quite a bit of crafting in it, so I hope you guys can tolerate it. But it's needed. You know what? You know, you guys, it is really needed. I really need to get into it. So tech is not usually my thing, but we're going to make it work, okay? So let's put the 2 sticks in here and surround it with the iron, and that'll make our iron hammer. Now, if we put the iron hammer in here and the iron ingots, we get iron plates. So let's make 5 of these iron plates. Very good, we got that. So now we need a furnace to accompany that. Let's go ahead and grab some cobblestone, and we'll make a fresh furnace. And that will be our first one. So we click that, and, well, I guess I need a little bit more than that, right? No, it's 5. So we'll get, oh, we need to make the furnace first. That's what's up. Furnace, bam. Iron furnace, bam. All right, iron furnace is made. Now, the iron furnace is just like the regular furnace. It doesn't take any power. I'm also going to need a wrench, and I'm not sure which wrench to put. So let's see. At Industrial Craft, actually, let's just search wrench. And there's a few different types of wrenches. There's a Buildcraft wrench, a Yeta wrench, and an Industrial Craft 2 wrench, which is made from bronze ingots, or let's see what else. Actually, it's all bronze ingots, and I believe I have some bronze around here. So let me go ahead and search for that. Bronze. It'll take me a couple of swipes to get to it, actually. Let's see. That's aluminum brass. There should be some bronze in here. If not, I can make some right quick. Yeah, I do have a few bronze. I don't think I have enough for it. So let's see how bronze is made, actually. With bronze, we can search that, and to make a bronze ingot, you need copper and tin ingots, which I've been saving up a little bit of copper and tin in the smeltery. Most of it should be done right now, I'm hoping. Let's go check the smeltery. Right now, some gold smelting up. And here we got some bronze ingots. Very good. That worked out pretty good. Okay, so I've got some tin and some copper as well that have been smelting up here. So now we have plenty of bronze to do what we want to do. Let's make the wrench. And the weird thing about Industrial Craft 2 is you can't just break the machines like you would normally break. If I sit down the iron furnace, which I'm not sure if the iron furnace actually does it, but most of the things you have to use the wrench for. So let's go ahead and select that wrench. Let's see, where is the wrench? W-R-E-N, boom, 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 wrench. Now, I can use this pretty easily. If I take my my iron furnace down, I just set it down like that. I can shift right click, and it uses a little bit of durability, and it pulls it up. Very good. Okay, so this is the actual first port of it. You can actually make something called a generator from this, and that takes a few of these iron plates and an RE battery. Now, the RE battery is made from these tin item casings, redstone, and insulated tin cable. So this is where the rabbit hole starts to kind of get deep. First, we need either rubber and tin cable, which rubber we already saw how to make that, and tin, we need tin plates, which are made from tin ingots and that hammer that we just made, and a tin cutter, which we need some iron plates for. So how about this? Let's make a bunch of iron plates, shall we? Let's just make 54 iron plates, and that should be good. That used most of our hammer up. No worries, we can always make another one. And let's go ahead and go into the next port. So we need wire cutters. Alright, we got our wire cutters, and I've got a little bit of rubber already from before, so let's go ahead and make some of this insulated tin cable. Now, I think we're going to need a few different things here, so let's make 4. Hypnotizer's saying, congrats, bud, because I'm getting into Industrial Craft 2. Okay, so we've got that taken care of. Now, we'll move to the next portion of it, the RE battery. So these are going to be tin item casings, and that we need tin plates and the hammer for. So let's go ahead and grab the rest of our tin plates, and we'll make 8 of them. Alright, we almost need a new hammer already. Crazy, huh? No wonder that people don't get into this too often. Okay, let's go back to our generator, which is right here. And it looks like we can make the RE battery with a little bit of redstone as well. So I've got some redstone in here. That should be okay. Generator, RE battery, and done. So we can make at least 2 of those. Okay, RE battery, looks good. Now let's go on to the generator itself. Let's see here, I always lose it. Generator, okay, so we've got the iron furnace, we've got 3 iron plates, and we've got the RE battery. So it should all shift in. Cool, we have a generator. Awesome, suitable power. Okay, let's set the generator down. We're gonna run this in the back section here, I suppose. Let's go ahead and run the generator. We'll put it right here. Okay, bam, generator. So, generator, relatively easy. We'll take something like the lava crystal, and it'll just make power. So, I have a lava crystal in here. These are linked to my LP network. When I open it up and put this in, oh, it was a glitch. There it is. It's starting to produce EU, and it's got a little buffer. Now, we need to connect this to something that stores power, and what we need for that is a bat box. That's the entry-level energy storage for this. So, bat box, there's one right here. Okay, bat box from Industrial Craft 2. Output 32 EU per tick, capacity 40k EU, and we need 3 RE batteries for this, along with a 10 insulated cable and some wood. So let me make some RE batteries. Alright guys, there's our bat box. 3 RE batteries later, a little bit of wood and another 10 cable, and we've got the bat box. Alright, so we can actually use this bat box right next to it or connect it with the 10 cable. So if I put the bat box right next to this thing, let's see if it plugs in correctly. If we right click on it, no power is coming through, and it doesn't look like it has the ability to just connect right from it anymore. I thought it did. Okay, let's go ahead and wrench that. There we go. Shift right click. And if we bring this out just like this, let's see. That should be the input right there. Okay, so let's see. If we add, oh, it looks like it was taking power. Maybe I was wrong. Let's put that behind then. So we'll put that back here, and let's see, 860 out of 40,000, 860 out of 40,000. Is it taking yet? It's a matter of redstone emit partially if empty. No, it's not taking anything. Maybe it has to be the opposite way. I'm not really sure. Emit if empty. 860. Okay. Ah, there we go. Now it's taking it. I had to wrench it to actually get to recognize. That's weird. Okay, well, it's actually getting... I don't know why this is my armor here is showing. I guess that's to recharge armor or something like that. You could just put it in here to charge it. Okay, so the bat box is powering. That's good news. Now we can get power from the bat box, actually. I think it can hook from any side or whatever. So let's go ahead and make the... Let's see. Next we need a macerator, most probably. So let's look that up, and that's to kind of grind stuff for us, namely quartz that we're going to need for the ME system. So let's look up macerator. So for macerator, we need, oh, this is pretty easy. An electronic circuit is the first thing, which that's copper wire. Pretty easy. We need an iron plate, some redstone, and insulated copper wire is kind of the same thing. You need to take copper plates and this cutter. So we do have some copper ingots. Let's grab some of those. We only have a couple right here, but I believe we have some in some other chest here. There we go. There's plenty of it. All right. Let's put that in with the... oh, we have to make the plates first. The rabbit hole. Forget. Okay, so we need at least 6 of those, I want to say. So I'll keep the rest of the copper ingots, and then we'll put the copper plates in here, and we'll put the cutters, and that'll give us some wire. So I think all we need is 6. Let's keep the copper plates until then. Alright, so now what do we need? We've got enough for the circuit. We'll need an iron plate and 2 redstone. Okay, that's good enough for that. Let's hit backspace, and we'll need a basic machine casing, which is iron plates in kind of a square. So let's do that. We've got plenty of iron plates. Bam, machine casing. You know what? Let's make a couple more of these because I know we'll need a few of these for the different types of machines that we have. Okay, so we have a machine casing now. Let's go ahead. I'm going to need cobble, and I'm going to need flint, which we should have around here as well. Let's see. Cobblestone, I want to say, is here. Maybe not. I might have to make a little bit. That's okay. I can do that. Let's lay down some of this and use our non-silk touch pick for it. Everything I do is silk touch, so I don't have much cobble on me, but alright, we've got some of that. Perfect. Now we need flint, which I don't know if we have, but it'll work the same way if we just use our fist with a little bit of this. I don't have a fortune shovel or anything like that, but all we need is 3, so it shouldn't be that bad. But as soon as I get this flint, we'll be right back. Alright, here we are, ready to go. Macerator. Oh, we didn't make the circuit yet. Let's make the circuit first. First we need this kind of wire, which means we have to grab our rubber and our, where is it? Copper. There we go. And we've got some insulated wire. Very good. Now we can make the circuit. There's the circuit made. And now we can make the macerator. And the macerator's made. Sweet! Double trouble. Now we add the macerator to this and see if we get power from it. Looks like it is not taking power. We may have to wrench this. Nope. It looks like we may have to wire it actually. Or does it just work like that for the input only? I'm not too sure how the bat box works. Let's try a piece of tin cable coming from here. And just see, we got to experiment with a little bit. So it looks like it connects. So if we take the macerator and put it on top, where is the macerator? Don't tell me I actually wrenched it and it destroyed it. It looks like the wrench that we're using may kind of destroy machines. That's a shame. That really is. Okay, let's make another macerator. Hey boy. Macerator. Oh, we have to make another circuit, which guess what? That means we need more copper wiring. So copper wiring. I just want to show you all a little bit about why I cannot stand tech. Because this is the kind of stuff you have to do. Copper wiring. And I don't think we're going to have enough rubber. We're going to need to smelt up a little bit more rubber with our sticky resin. Sigh. Alright. There we go. And this should be done in a few minutes. Let's look at the kind of wrenches that we have available to us. So let's see. There's also these electric wrenches. And I think these actually provide a little bit better. So the small power unit looks like, oh boy, this looks complicated. But these I actually think provide a little bit less of the possibility of actually losing anything. We do have one already battery left, enough copper cable, some iron item casings. We still need an electronic circuit. And what is this, a coil? That's considered, we need some coils like that. We need a little bit more copper. Okay, I guess we build in a new wrench. All right, we got our small power unit. We'll put that in, and now we should be able to make our good wrench, which it probably won't take our used wrench. I'm thinking, no, of course it won't. Of course it won't. So we're going to have to put together another bronze wrench, like so. There's our bronze wrench. And we'll add that in with the small power unit, and we have the electrical wrench. Now I believe this provides a lossless setup. Also, let's make our macerator again, now that we have all the materials again. Macerator. There we go. Alright. Now, we should be able to make the macerator no problem, and put that on top. Now, I'm pretty sure this is not getting power. It looks like the bat box has to come from another angle. So let's try the side. Will that work? Let's charge this up in our generator. We'll put the electric wrench right up here, and it's going to take all of that power. And we've got enough to at least use it right now. Let's let it build up in power. We could have put it in our bat box too. So if we shift right click that, it takes the macerator off in no loss mode. Very good. Okay. Is this getting power yet? No, it sure isn't. So how are we going to get power directly from that to that? Let's shift right click the bat box, and maybe we can just put the bat box like so. And there it is. Now it's getting power. Okay. Well, that's weird. So now we can take our generator and maybe put it underneath. I don't think it's going to take power like that, but we'll see. So we'll go ahead and grab we'll put our lava crystal back in here. And it's generating power again. That's good. And it looks like it's feeding the bat box now. So that's the setup that we need. Can we take this away and still get power for the macerator? I'm not sure. Let's see if we can grind an ingot down into powder. We'll put that in the macerator. And it doesn't look like it's taking any power out of the system, so it looks like everything is receiving power like it should. Very, very, very good. Okay, so we should probably add a furnace to this array. Now earlier we saw the iron furnace. That's going to allow us to smelt up our powders and stuff. Let's look at furnaces again. If you are in AC. Okay, so there's a couple different kinds. There's an induction furnace, which is a big boy. Right now, we're just going to go with the electric furnace, which is one step above the iron furnace. And naturally, you need an iron furnace to be able to do this. But we already know how to make that, and that's not bad. What else do we need? We need this thing here, which is an electric circuit. I actually made an extra one in anticipation that we're going to need one. So we'll go ahead and set that up. So that's an electronic circuit and an iron furnace. So let's make the iron furnace again. And the iron furnace is like that. We've got all of that stuff set up except for this. Okay, now we've got the furnace. Iron furnace. Iron furnace. Oh, do we not have the redstone? Hold on. Iron furnace. I don't know why these things don't stack too well when they do that, but like the recipes won't take. Okay, now that we got the iron furnace, we should just be able to shift click in the electric furnace. There we go. Electric furnace, baby. Awesome. Even hotter topic. Okay, so if we put this here, will it absorb power from the bat box? The answer is no. It looks like it has to be adjacent to it. Ah, man. That that really stinks. Okay, so we probably just need to put it next to the generator. That's probably going to be the easiest thing to do. I shouldn't have just broke that like that too. So now it's taking power directly from the generator. So this setup is actually feasible for now. Everything is getting power, and all these spots are for upgrades, so everything works a little bit slowly without upgrades, but we have the electric furnace. So in the macerator, we got this iron dust, right? We could take this iron dust out, we could put it in the electric furnace, and it's going to use the power from the generator that's feeding into the electric furnace to smelt it up. And now we have our iron ingot back. Pretty cool, right? Well, you could do this with ores to kind of double ores and stuff, kind of like all the RF stuff, but that is the beginning of Applied Energistics 2. And so, now that we have that, let's look at the first few steps that we need for Applied Energistics. Now that we have that little setup, we can always expand upon that, but now that you guys have the basics down, I feel comfortable with skipping a little bit ahead. So let's look at the easiest thing to start. The first thing that we're going to need for Applied Energistics is, well, not the first thing that we're going to need, but we're going to need a drive. Okay, so let's look at the ME drive, and the ME drive takes a bunch of different stuff. Now it takes glass cable, it takes iron ingots, it takes engineering processes, which we have to make in some inscribers and stuff like that. And I'm not going to have an inscriber set up, but I'll walk you through it on somebody else's, because it's just going to take too much room in my base, and it's only used like a few times. So I'm not planning on getting all my own stuff all the time. I plan on just trying to, I'm just going to make storage cells when I need them the old manual way, or use somebody else's base. So we need a few things right here. These are Fluix crystals that we can get. Let's see, actually, let's look at Fluix, this type. Okay, so the Fluix crystals are pretty easy here. We need to drop 1 charged Certus quartz, 1 nether quartz, and a redstone dust into a puddle to get the Fluix crystal. So the first thing we'll need is a puddle. I suppose that we should just make one somewhere, right? There's a few things to kind of accelerate this process, but we'll actually just do a puddle here. That'll probably be the easiest way to go, because this is just kind of gonna be temporary. Okay, let's go ahead and move these out the way. Let's grab one of our buckets. Really elementary stuff, guys, as far as tech goes, but it works, and it'll show you my progress. So there's the puddle. There's the puddle, okay? So we're going to put this up for now. Let's just put this on the wall right here. And we're going to need to grab quartz dust, which that was one of the things we needed, right? For ME cable, which we're going to have to use this for a lot of stuff. If you look at ME cable, you need it for ME chests, ME drives, you need it for ME covered cable, you need it for a few different things like that. You're also going to need it for in-out ports. I don't know what spatial pylons are, but security terminals, and just the wires themselves to connect everything up. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that started. Let's get the Fluix dust, which we needed again, just to show you. We needed a charged Certus quartz, nether quartz, and redstone dust. Let's see if we have any charged Certus quartz, but I believe the answer is no. It is these. This is Certus quartz, this is Certus quartz, Certus quartz, Certus. Okay, none of this. So we're actually going to need a charger. Okay, so let's get a charger. Let's look at that. At applied. And the charger is, let's see if I can find it here in this. I know we'll need a handle for it, which is no problem to make. What is the, oh, there it is, the charger. Okay, and we can do that manually. So to do that, you actually need some Fluix crystals to start with. And you also need some iron ingots. So this kind of raises a concern, like how come I don't have any charged Certus quartz whatsoever? Shouldn't we have found some by now? The answer is maybe. Let me look around a little bit to make sure I don't have any. Alright guys, I went and grabbed some charged Certus quartz from XB because he had like 600 and I didn't want to go find it. I'll repay him. But we'll grab the 32 charged Certus quartz, we'll put 32 redstone and 32 nether quartz. And we put all that together and we see that we get all of this Fluix crystal. Now we can actually charge our own Certus quartz, which is pretty cool. Okay, so now that we have the charged Certus quartz, let's look at the recipe for the charger again. I think it's just called a charger, right? Yep, charger. Okay, so we need 2 of these and iron, which is no problem. We have both of those. And we'll make it. Alright, now we also need a handle to power this baby. And let's look at handle. Or crank, is it called? Is it? Yeah, it's called a crank. Okay, a wooden crank. And that's just 5 sticks, no problem. We could do that too. Let's just make a few more right here. And alley-oop. Cool. Alright. So now we'll put our charger down right next to here. I guess this is a good spot for it, right? Charger, handle. Handle. There we go. Alright, so now we take regular old Certus quartz, right? If we take Certus quartz, which I thought I had some right there, well, let's just break some. We'll take some Certus quartz. I got 49 right here. And we can fortune some of this up with our Mana Steel pick. And I know it's breaking, but it's because my charging pack is in the back. Alright, we got all this Certus quartz now, right? Pretty easy stuff. If we put a Certus quartz in here, let's take a regular Certus quartz, put it in here, and hit the handle a few times. After a few cranks, you'll see an animation, and it actually makes the, I think my particles are on. Let's see, video settings, particles, all. That should show just in case. There it is. Charged Certus quartz now. You see the little lightning bolts come up? Boom. We grab it out of there, and that is a charged Certus quartz. That's all we need to be able to make Fluix dust. Now we actually have to do that 32 times. There's an automated way to do this. It's not always manual like that. But we have to do that 32 times in order to pay XP back. So we're actually going to do some of that off camera. But now that we have the charged Certus quartz, let's look at the ME cable again. So we'll look at the ME drive actually, just to kind of shortcut it, because that's one of the first things we get. Okay, so in order to do that, we need 2 of this pure Fluix dust, or Fluix dust, and the quartz fiber. Quartz fiber is gotten from nether quartz dust or Certus quartz dust, along with some glass. So we can do that. We have plenty of glass, I think. Let's look in the bag. Yep, my inventory's overflowing. That's normal when you craft and stuff. It doesn't look like we have any glass in here, but I do think I'll put some in here. Yep, there's plenty of glass in here. Okay, let's go ahead and put this stick and this cobblestone away, since we won't need any of that for a time. And yeah, I'll also put this oak wood plank. That was one of the things that we took away for the inn right there, the puddle. Okay, so now that we got that, what do we need? We need to grind up some nether quartz dust. That's where the macerator comes in. So let's actually, we have plenty of regular quartz dust. Let's go ahead and macerate that. So we'll take the regular Certus quartz and let's put it in the macerator. It's going to start draining power. It's going to take a little bit of time. The generator kicks on and it runs the power through. And after this process completes, we'll get a little bit of that dust. The pulverizers actually do it a lot faster, but since I'm going the AE2 route, I mean the Applied Energistics 2, I guess it is AE2. Since we're going the Applied Energistics route, I figured that I might as well show you guys how the machines work and do the upgrades on these, because you can actually make them really fast with upgrades, so it'll be alright. So we got 2 Certus quartz dust. How much do we need for one of those cables? we need 3 and 3 glass. And I think you could use any kind of glass for here. So as soon as we get a little bit of that stuff done, bam. All right, now we should just be able to put it all together. So let's select that, select this, and there's our 3 quartz fibers. And 3 quartz fibers plus 2, 4, 6 Fluix cable equals 12 ME cable. Yay, Fluix energy connection. All right, you guys. So that's kind of how the process is going to go for the next few items. If I look in Applied Energistics 2, I'll show you some of the things that I'm going to need to start off with. As you know, we need the ME drive. We could make some of these, which are crystal growth accelerators, but I think we could use somebody else's because there's plenty of people with puddles around here that actually have the same thing. We're going to need an ME controller, I believe. We're going to need some more wire, and we're going to end up needing something to kind of store the power for Applied Energistics, and that's these energy cells. And for that, you need some of this Fluix dust, which is ground up Fluix crystals, some more of this Certus quartz stuff, and quartz glass, which is basically nether quartz dust, glass, and Certus quartz dust. So I'm going to make a few of these items and we'll put together the very, very basics of the ME system to start off. Alright, you guys, I'd moved the setup from this area to this area just because I had a little bit more room to work, and I found out the hard way that this wrench does not provide lossless mode because unfortunately it kind of broke my macerator again, and I thought there was a way to change it to lossless mode, but I guess not. So if you guys know in the comments what kind of wrench I could use for a 100% lossless mode, please let me know. I also made another quartz wrench just so I can mess around with this AE stuff, but I also made an energy acceptor. So an energy acceptor is what converts the EU to what the energy cells which Applied Energistics take, which is KAE, I believe. If I go ahead and place this down, what'll happen is right anywhere that I place it down, like right here, it'll interface with it. Now, if I would place down this this energy cube or this energy cell right here, you can see that it does not interface with this specific cable. So I had to make one of these in order for it to interface. And if I put this right here, it's going to interface with this energy acceptor, and you can see it says 0 out of 200 AE, 0 AE out of 200 KAE. So for some reason, that's not actually accepting either. Maybe I have to put the cable in to make it connect. We'll try that. I thought it could just go just right here. That does interface with it, 0 out of 0 AE. I don't know why it's not taking it, because this thing should be interfacing with the energy acceptor. Maybe is the amount of wattage going through? I'm not too sure. I'm going to have to do a little bit more research, but we're pretty much out of time today. I do need to see about getting some of the next components that I'm going to need for this anyway. And I do know that it does interface with the energy acceptor. I'm just not sure how. So I'm going to have to do some experimenting. But next time we come back, we'll probably put together some inscribers for you guys and kind of get the ME system set up, meaning like the panels so that I can access it, a storage drive so that I can actually put disk in it, and a few disks to boot so I can move all of this inventory into this. But I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I'm sorry if it was a little crafty, but a bunch of you guys have been asking for it, so it was kind of obligatory. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed it, and as always, this is Zueljin signing off, and we'll see you next time. Bye!